Jennifer Garner details sacrifices and challenges of co-parenting with Ben Affleck. Today we're taking a thoughtful look at what it really means to co-parent after divorce, through the lens of one of Hollywood's most recognizable former couples, Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck. Behind the red carpets, premieres, and headlines is a long-term commitment that never ends, raising 3 children together. While their marriage ended in 2018, their partnership as parents continues, sometimes quietly, sometimes under intense public scrutiny. Today's discussion explores the sacrifices Jennifer Garner has spoken about, the emotional and logistical challenges of co-parenting, how public life complicates private parenting, and what lessons everyday families can take from their journey. This is not gossip. This is about resilience, maturity, and the hard work of putting children first, even when a relationship ends. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck met in the early 2000s and married in 2005. Over the next decade, they welcomed 3 children. To the public, they appeared steady and grounded. But like many couples, they faced struggles. When they announced their separation in 2015, the message was clear. Their priority would remain their children. Garner has often emphasized something powerful: divorce may end a marriage, but it does not end a family. Key theme number 1. Redefining family after divorce. Jennifer has spoken in interviews about how painful divorce can be, not only for the couple, but for the children who didn't choose it. She acknowledged that even when separation is necessary, it carries emotional cost. Imagine navigating heartbreak while helping your children feel secure. That's sacrifice. Jennifer Garner has spoken candidly about emotional resilience. One of the biggest sacrifices in co-parenting is swallowing personal hurt for the sake of stability. When co-parenting, you may disagree with your ex. You may carry unresolved pain. You may feel protective, frustrated, or exhausted. But in front of your children, you model calm. Garner has emphasized the importance of not speaking negatively about the other parent in front of the kids. That takes emotional discipline. It requires putting ego aside. Reflection segment. Pause for emphasis. How many parents struggle with this? How many wish they could say more, but choose silence for peace? That silence is often sacrifice. Now imagine doing all of this under paparazzi lenses. For years, photographers followed their children to school, activities, even church. Garner has been vocal about how invasive this felt. She advocated for legislation to protect celebrity children from aggressive photography. Key challenge number 2. Parenting in public. Most divorced parents manage custody schedules, holidays, school events. Garner and Affleck manage those too, plus headlines. Every missed pickup, public disagreement, visible emotional moment can become a story. Garner has worked deliberately to shield her children from media narratives. That's another sacrifice, choosing privacy over publicity in an industry built on exposure. One of the most discussed aspects of their co-parenting journey has been Ben Affleck's public battle with addiction. Jennifer Garner has been open about the complexity of loving someone who struggles. She has described addiction as a family disease. It affects everyone. During difficult periods, she reportedly supported interventions and encouraged treatment. Let's be clear, supporting someone's recovery while maintaining boundaries is one of the hardest balancing acts in co-parenting. Key challenge number 3. Compassion without enabling. Garner's approach reflects concern for her children's father, desire for stability, firm boundaries for safety. That's maturity in action. As life moved forward, both Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck entered new relationships. Blended families introduce new partners, new dynamics, new emotional adjustments for children. Co-parenting doesn't freeze in time. It evolves. Garner has spoken about allowing space for growth. That means accepting that your former spouse will build a new life. That can be bittersweet. It's another quiet sacrifice, letting go of what was, while protecting what remains, the shared responsibility of parenting. Despite challenges, there are visible strengths in their arrangement. 1. Consistency. They have often been seen attending school events and spending holidays together for the sake of their children. 2. Communication. Successful co-parenting requires ongoing discussion about schedules, discipline, education, health. 3. Mutual respect. Even when romantic love ends, respect can remain. Garner once implied something profound. You don't marry someone expecting to hate them later. There was love there. That history matters, so what can everyday families learn? Lesson 1. Children first, always. Not in theory, in daily practice. Lesson 2. Emotional regulation is a skill. Model calm even when you feel chaos. Lesson 3. Boundaries are healthy. Supporting an ex does not mean sacrificing your well-being. Lesson 4. Healing takes time. Divorce isn't a single event, it's a long adjustment. Jennifer Garner's story reminds us that strength isn't loud. It's steady. It's showing up to school events, protecting your children's privacy, encouraging their relationship with both parents, choosing grace over resentment. Co-parenting is rarely easy. It asks for humility, patience, and sacrifice. But when done with intention, it becomes something powerful. Two people who couldn't stay married, still choosing to stay united in love for their children. And that, perhaps, is the deepest sacrifice of all. In Hollywood, relationships often become headlines. But behind every headline, there are children. And behind every public divorce, there are private decisions no one sees. When Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck ended their marriage, the world speculated. Was it scandal? Was it incompatibility? Was it pressure? But the real story wasn't about the split. It was about what came after. Because divorce may end a marriage. It does not end parenting. And that's where the real work begins. Jennifer Garner has spoken carefully, never recklessly, about her divorce. She has acknowledged pain without assigning public blame. And that restraint matters. Divorce reshapes identity. You are no longer husband and wife. You become something new. Co-architects of childhood. Garner has described the emotional toll of watching a dream change shape. Marriage comes with expectations, growing old together, shared milestones, a unified household. Letting go of that vision? That's a grieving process. Pause. But she also made something clear. Her children would never feel forced to choose sides. That decision alone requires enormous discipline. Because co-parenting isn't just logistics. It's emotional management. Every single day. One of the most public aspects of their post-marriage relationship has been Ben Affleck's struggle with alcohol addiction. Addiction complicates co-parenting in ways that outsiders rarely understand. There's fear. There's hope. There's frustration. There's compassion. Jennifer Garner has referred to addiction as something that affects the whole family. Supporting recovery while protecting children is not a simple emotional equation. It involves boundaries, structured custody arrangements, difficult conversations, professional support. Imagine navigating that while cameras flash. Reflective moment. When a co-parent struggles publicly, the other parent often becomes the emotional anchor. That role is heavy and often invisible. Jennifer Garner didn't just quietly,